What's up, everybody? My name is Kenneth, and I am a foreigner living in the Philippines, here today to react and learn to Jose Rizal full animation. I think this is gonna be like an animated movie about his life. I actually found this video while browsing YouTube, and I thought it would be interesting to watch it together with you guys because I don't know that much about Jose Rizal. I obviously know who he was, but I don't know that much about his life, what he did in like his early life and stuff. So I thought it would be interesting to watch this together with you guys. So yeah, let's check this out together. Let's go.
This is History Animated. During the Philippine Revolution, there was a great and intelligent hero who used his pen to proclaim the freedom of the Filipinos against Spanish.
Wow, he used his pen. Was he like a writer? Also, I love that there's Tagalog subtitles on this video.
Colonization, and died when he was assassinated on December 30, 1896. A propagandist who started a revolution against the Spanish government to achieve independence and to control the country. His two novels awaken every Filipino to fight for their freedom. A hero.
Oh, he made two novels. Maybe like writing his ideas about a united, independent Philippines, and that kind of spread the word, I guess. That makes sense.
In a peaceful uprising rather than a bloody war. He is commonly known as.
So it's more like Gandhi, that he wanted like a peaceful revolution. He didn't want a bloody war to get independence. Just like Gandhi in India, who was like starved himself. That's a very famous story. But not a lot of people know about Jose Rizal. He kind of did the same thing, right? And he was also successful.
Dr. Jose Rizal. On June 19, 1861, when Jose Portasio Rizal Mercado y Alonso Rialonda was born.
Wow, that's a really long name. I'm not gonna try and say that.
In the town of Calamba, in the province of Laguna. He
was actually born outside of Manila, in the province of Laguna. Stuff like that I never knew. That's why I'm really happy we're watching this video, so I can learn like more in depth about this guy.
The seventh child among the 11 children of Francisco Mercado Rizal and Teodora Alonso y Cuentos, a family of Chinese Filipino ancestry. But
oh, really? Okay. There's a lot of Filipinos with Chinese ancestry, I think. That's interesting.
Later, their family changed their surname to Mercado to hide their family origin due to the sentiments against the Chinese at that time.
Wait, what?
Origin.
Wait, the surname Rizal, Mercado, the real surname of the Rizal family, which was adopted. Really? Wait, Mercado is the real surname, but they switched it to Rizal to sound more Filipino? Because apparently at that time there was like a bad thing to be seen as like Chinese, I guess. Huh. Rizal, the second surname, which was given by a Spanish alcalde. I don't know what that means. Mayor of Laguna, who was a family friend. In Spanish, it means a field where cut while still green spores again. Interesting. So he got the name Rizal somehow. Maybe that's a Tagalog or Filipino name. I don't know. That's kind of confusing to me. Let me know in the comments.
Due to the sentiments against the Chinese at that time. Jose Rizal's family was living in a rented property that was owned by a priest from Dominica that made them become a family of wealthy farmers.
Wow.
When Jose Rizal was young, his parents discovered that he had good intellectual skills and was also a talented boy. That's why, at the age of 3 years old, he already knew the alphabets, in which his mother became his first teacher. And at the age of 5, he already knew how to read and write. And during his high school years, he graduated with the highest honors at the age of 16 at the Ateneo Municipal de Manila. After high school,
Right. I wonder what school was like in the Philippines under the Spanish. Like, did they teach in Spanish? Or was it in Tagalog, the lessons? Did all of these people, they were fluent in Spanish?
he pursued his training of land surveying and completed his training in the year 1877. In the
Land surveying, that's an interesting, like, profession. Huh.
following year, he passed the exam in order to get his license in the field, but unfortunately, because he was only 17 at that time, he was unable to receive a license due to underage. And for that circumstance, it made Jose Rizal decide to take a class and become a medical student at the University of Santo Tomas. However,
Wow.
because of alleging discrimination of Dominican professors against Filipino students, he later decided to quit.
What do they mean by Dominican? Is that like a keyword for Spanish? Or for like the colonizers? And they didn't let him in because he's Filipino, I'm guessing?
The school. And then, in May 1882, without his parents knowing, Rizal went to Madrid. Upon his arrival, he enrolled at the University Central de Madrid as a
Wow.
medical student. Later, in June 1884, he received his medical degree at the age of 23. And the following year, Jose
Wow.
Rizal graduated from the Philosophy and Letters Department. But then again, his journey of being a student still has not yet ended. So after he graduated to the Philosophy and Letters Department,
Why? What does that mean? So he studied philosophy also? The Philosophy and Letters Department? I don't know what that means, but he studied a lot of things. He had a lot of skills, it seems like.
he also took the field of ophthalmology. This is because he was
Wow.
inspired by his mother's progressive blindness. So he studied
Wow.
at the University of Paris and then to
Really? Wait, he actually went to Europe to study. I had no idea. Wow, he actually went to Paris and then to Heidelberg?
University of Heidelberg to further his knowledge in ophthalmology. And in the
Wow.
year 1887, Jose Rizal finally finished his second doctorate at Heidelberg. Then later, Jose Rizal decided to move to Europe, where he remained there for 10 years.
Wait, he actually moved to Europe and lived in Europe. What? 10 years? I had no idea.
Well-
Where did he live?
He was in Europe. He wrote his first novel entitled Noli Me Tangere, Touch Me Not, The Social Cancer, a work which emphasized the dark aspects of Spain's colonial rule in the Philippines that particularly focuses more on the role of Catholic friars. However, because of its content, it was banned in the Philippines. Though there
Ah.
were some copies of Noli Me Tangere that was smuggled in, and because of
So it's kind of criticizing the Spanish colonization, the Spanish government in the Philippines, I'm guessing. Interesting. And then they banned that. But people still got their hands on the book and kind of spread these ideas.
his novel, Jose Rizal decided to return to the Philippines during the year 1887. But his stay in the Philippines did not last long when he was targeted by the police due to his novel that offended Catholic Church officials and members despite his
Wait, did he like attack the Catholic Church? Don't get that. I don't quite understand that part. He criticized like the Catholic priest or whatever?
apologies. So he returned to Europe and continued to write
Wait, let me see that.
despite his apologies. So
I actually apologized for it, but still he had to leave the country.
he returned to Europe and continued to write in which he released his second novel, El Filibusterismo, The Reign of Greed, in 1891. He also published
Wow.
an article in La Solidaridad, a paper aligned with the propaganda movement towards achieving assimilations with Spain. Eventually, in the year 1892, Jose Rizal decided to go back to the Philippines even though he was exiled due to his writings that called for reform in Spain. But Jose Rizal did not let his fear overwhelm him.
So his writings actually called for reform in Spain, not just in the Philippines, but he wanted to change like Spain in general. Wow, that's incredible that he would like dare to like say that at that time. Interesting.
Because he knew his country needed him more to achieve the change at the hands of Spain. So he founded the La Liga Filipina in Manila, a non-violent reform society that originated from La Solidaridad and the propaganda movement. And later on, Rizal was exiled to Dapitan on the island of Mindanao for almost 4 years.
So he returned to the Philippines. They didn't arrest him quite yet, though. They exiled him to an island in Mindanao, and he could stay there alive still. I wonder what was the final blow, like what made them say, okay, exile is not working, he needs to be assassinated. I wonder what pushed him over the edge like that.
Rizal was still in exile, and at that time, he met a girl named Josephine Bracken, in which he fell in love with her. Then later on, they decided to get married, as they requested a license to marry. And fortunately, because of the trouble he had with the church, the request was rejected. And during the year 1896, the nationalist...
Wait, so they didn't even let him get married. That's how much they hated him. Interesting, that's very strange. And here we have the KKK again. I need to do a video because I've been told this is not bad. I don't understand this because still, for me, when I see 3Ks, that's means something bad. But I need to do a video on KKK. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments.
Secret society was established called the Katipunan that revolted against Spain. At that time, even though Jose Rizal had no contact with the group and did not approve of its violent methods, he was arrested shortly after.
Really?
He then went to trial and was convicted of sedition and sentenced to death by firing.
It wasn't even his fault. Like some other group did something violent to achieve independence, and he disagreed with that. But still, they sentenced him to execution. Wow. That's sad.
So on December 30, 1896, at the age of 35 years old, a heartbreaking and tragic event happened in Manila. It was the public execution of Jose Rizal. The death of Jose Rizal created more opposition against the Spanish rule.
Yeah, I can only see that creating more will among the Filipinos to actually achieve independence. Like, you'll never want to work with these guys ever again after that, right?
That's why, in 1898, the Philippines was no longer under the control of Spain. However, even though Jose Rizal died, his memories will always be forever in every Filipino's heart. He was one of the nationalist icons in the Philippines, who also helped the country to take a brave step towards independence against the Spaniards. His two novels inspired other Filipinos to seek independence and brought a huge contribution during the early beginnings of the Philippine Revolution. Also, his advocacy to achieve independence through peaceful means rather than violent revolution has been admired by many people. His heroism, compassion, courage, patriotism, and love for the country has been recognized by the Filipino people. Currently, as a remembrance and honor of the national hero of the Philippines, Dr. Jose Rizal. A lot of memorials and stage...
I wonder if the books he wrote, the novels, they were written in Spanish. I guess those have been like translated because no one here, very few people in the Philippines today speak Spanish. So I guess they've translated those. I wonder if there's like an English version also. It would be interesting to read that, like read what he actually wrote. I could see myself doing that actually in the future.
Issues can be seen not only within the country, but also in selected countries in the world. And in fact, there are some streets, towns, provinces, and even university named after him. And as a commemoration of his great contribution to the country, the Philippines built a memorial park for him, which is now referred to as the Rizal Park in Manila.
Yeah. I've been here and it's such a beautiful park. It's probably the best park in the Philippines that I've been to, at least. Alright, and that's the end of that video. That was a really good video. I love animated history like this. It's super easy to kind of understand everything and follow along. So if you guys like this video, please let me know and I can react more to this channel. They have a lot of interesting video. I see here Lapu Lapu versus Ferdinand Magellan. Maybe I could watch that. If you guys want to see any of that, let me know in the comments. Also, if you have any other videos you want me to react to, then you can also let me know that in the comments and I'll check it out. Alright guys, I'm gonna give this video a like. Again, it's by History Animated, go check them out. And yeah, I upload one video every day at 1 PM, so if you're interested in this kind of content, then subscribe for more. Alright guys, that is all. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.